Hey guys, welcome back to Advanced Elements. It's been a while, but we're back. I'm Nathan, joined again by Christian and David. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. I'm ready to talk about a game that I play so much every day, and I'm ready to just talk about everything I know, bestow my knowledge.
We've been AWOL for probably like close to a month. Maybe not.
No,
Like no, it would be like
No.
3 weeks,
couple weeks.
two, 3 weeks. Yeah, 2, 3 weeks. Christian's been AWOL for like 3 months. I think in GA community. Like we haven't seen him. We saw him like the first 2 weeks of DTR, and then
I disappeared.
the man went on a journey.
Yeah.
He decided to pack his bags and travel the world.
I was like rocking up every day, like doing the volunteer, the learn to plays and stuff, and everything was fine and dandy. And then I don't know, one day I just decided not to go to locals, and then it all went downhill to there from there. Like I but then like stuff came up. Like it's not that I haven't wanted to play, it's just that stuff has come up. I've been really busy lately. I got a new job, things have been just busier. Much as I'd
Yeah.
like to play, I just haven't had the chance. Although I do set aside time I do want to set aside time to play, and hopefully I'll be able to play this weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, well, as mentioned, a lot's happened both in Grand Archive and outside of it since the last time we put one of these out. So, big things that have happened that we'll cover today. Ascent Taipei, that definitely happened. There were a couple changes to the ban list, so I got banned, 3 got removed, and then also we had the Illusive Regionals this last weekend that we
Yep.
had a hand in running, putting together. David and I had a hand or gave a shot at commentating, and Christian was running the back end production. But we'll get into that in more details later. For now, we'll move on to the first topic, I think. Ascent Taipei. So,
Mm.
Ascent Taipei was a really big event. Obviously, it's an Ascent. It was 578 players, and
Mm.
it was won by Apel. Congratulations, Apel, playing Winterseru.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Poster
people know
child.
people know that deck is good.
Poster
No.
child of Sydney.
Our secret tech, guys, our secret tech that everybody knew we were playing.
Everyone expected all of us to play Win Series for like the next set. To be honest, it's yeah. It was like cool, great.
Winterseru
Yeah,
is just
no,
a deck that's, I mean, it's always been pretty solid. Like, especially we've seen more and more people figure out the B game plan of having allies and being able to pressure without necessarily relying on the dragon, but also having the dragon to kill decks that can't deal with it. And it's, finally won something, which is cool to see it doing well.
Yep, very good. Yeah. So yeah, that was the Ascent that Rile got banned, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
before we
We're
move
not.
on to the Rile Banned, I think the other note that I have for the Ascent is that this is a really big Ascent. It's, 550-ish players, and like over 100 of them made day two. So like making top cut from day two is really really difficult. And the main thing to point out there is like the the top cut score here is 11-3, and even then there were 3 players that are 11-3 that bubbled out, and one 11-3 bubbled in. So
That was for the top eight, right? You're talking
the
about
top
there.
eight, yeah. So
Yep.
you play 14 rounds over 2 days. You win 11 games and you lose 3, and you don't make top eight. That's
That's
Yeah.
harsh. That's
that's
harsh.
really rough.
Yeah. Imagine
So
being
this
those
is how
three
many
people.
how many players was this event, Nathan?
This is
500.
578.
Yeah.
570. So we're gonna have a 900-person tournament that we're gonna play in end of November,
Fuck
and
is
if
gonna be
we
crazy.
and if we lose 2 games, we'll probably be out, right? Like that's is
11
that
and 2 might be out. Yeah, it might be 11-2. It
12,
might
right? Even a
sorry,
12
it might
and
yeah 12-2. It might be 12-2. It might be like 11-1. It might be 11-1-2. I don't know what the hell is gonna be, but like it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Like 11-3 is definitely not good enough for sure. There's no way you make top eight with 11-3. So if you make day two with 6-3, you can go home. Like you're done.
Yeah.
I
Congratulations,
mean,
you
I'll
got
just
your
go shopping, I
Pendragon.
guess. Get your Pendragon and go shopping, I guess. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I'm selling mine immediately. David, you can have it.
Man's confident he's gonna top.
I better top.
I
I,
mean,
I mean, I've played so much of this game.
Should be one of the easier events to make day two in. Just because like the player size is so good, so big, like the tournament's so big, and the number of good players is kind of finite. Like if you assume that all of the players that are better than you were going to show up if it was a 500-player event or a 900-player event, then like there being more people just makes it easier to dodge the best players, and especially like the best of the best players. Like you can have a, say day one is 9 rounds, right? You can have a 9-0 day one and maybe not play against, one of the best players. It might be possible. I don't know how tight the math is on that.
Knowing my luck, I'll have like runner like Quarax into Pro-An or something like that. But
So technically, Ascent Taipei is the same number of rounds as Arki, right? Because it's like 524 to 1048 or whatever. It's like the power of two things that go up. So technically, it's like the same size tournament, same number of rounds, and it doesn't really matter. But in practice, the number of players is almost twice the amount, just under twice the amount. So
I'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, I honestly do think that if I do like have like if I have a good day two, if I have a decent day two score, but I know I'm not gonna make top 8, like what is actually the point in playing more? Is there any point?
the big point would be playing for top 16. There'll be more pricing, and then
top 100,
there's
right?
There's a promo
the
code
top-
for Ascent Aki for top 100 players.
Retold Fortune, I believe.
Yeah, it's like the VTuber collab card.
Man, you can make a lot of money if you make top 8 then.
I mean, that's the thing with GA, right? Like top 8, you definitely make a lot of money, but like even if you day 2, you still make quite a bit. Like if you make day 2, right? It's one of the games where I think if you are able to day 2 the event, you probably make more money than how much you spent. Like you could probably cover up your flights, depending where it is, right? But yeah, like you
Depends
can.
on how much you spend on flights and accommodation. Like, I don't know when you guys booked your accommodation for Arki, but like places nearby to the venue got really expensive. Like there's literally like 800 people trying to book accommodation in the area. Like it got really expensive for those dates. And it also depends like how much of the stuff that you're willing to sell. Like if you buy into the Ascent and you get like a deck box and you sell that off, and you get like the tickets and you sell off the playmats. Like if you sell off everything that you get when you go to an Ascent, you can make a decent amount of money.
I can imagine
As
like
someone who doesn't do that.
the hotel people just being like, what the hell is happening on November the 22nd, you know? Like,
So I went back because I'm staying in Japan for about 2 weeks. I'm back in Tokyo towards the end of it, and I looked at hotel prices in the same place for my second half of my stay, and it's like 40-50% of the. It's like it's half the price really.
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Isn't it Christmas
the
around
price
that time as well?
December is early December, like December 1st.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
When I think like I'm staying at the same place, kind of thing, right? And yeah, I think I got mine quite early, but I'm not even staying in Akihabara. Like I'm in the next station down, Kanda. It's walkable. I think it's like a 10-minute walk to the event for me. But yeah, like I noticed the prices that I paid was different to the ones I paid like last time because I went to Japan around that same time, about 2-3 years ago. Obviously, inflation's a thing, but my hotel price doubled like for what it was before when I paid like 2 years ago. I'm like, hold up. So I think
if you
it was
book your hotel like really early, like just the fact that there's. I don't know how many people are traveling, but I think it's probably close to like 700 people who are traveling to the event.
probably about 700 is about right.
So, and most of them probably want to stay near-ish to the venue, so it's, the prices got kind of crazy. So if you haven't booked, I mean, it's probably already too late to get in, but still better sooner rather than later.
I do wonder, like, of the people coming from other countries, how many have been to Japan before, and just know what they're doing
I'm gonna
already.
say all of them. I'm gonna say, look, so if we're gonna say 700 are traveling, I'm probably gonna say like 600 of them have been to Japan before. I think it's like a very few amount that people that haven't gone to Japan. We got one right here, I think.
Oh yeah, right. He hasn't been
We
to
got one
Japan.
right here.
Look at
We
this
got one right here.
loser that hasn't been to Japan.
Because I went to Korea, but not Japan. And normally people do like Korea, Japan together, but not me. I'm too stupid. I only went to Korea for the esports.
No.
Yeah, for those
Yeah,
who
I think so. I think I've
Yeah.
mentioned it before. Maybe not on a video, but like I just think like this game is the perfect storm of variables for people outside Japan to go to Japan, which is why Ascent Aki is such a big deal, because it's a Western-based card game, so it doesn't have the biggest, like a Western, style card game, so it's not got the biggest Japanese audience, and then it has an anime, like a very Japanese anime art style, so it attracts like Western people or cultures that like the anime art style. So it's everyone that doesn't live in Japan that wants to go to Japan, which is why it's such a perfect storm of things for people to travel specifically to Japan for.
So yeah, we're gonna.
Lots of people want to go.
Me and Nathan are gonna. Me and David are gonna show Nathan the ropes of Japan. And me and David are both experts. We both lived in Japan. And
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
around the same time as well.
Yep. Well, yeah, like we like probably there together for maybe like a year.
Yeah.
I'd say. We're both there, but yeah, like Christian was there earlier, before me, and then I moved there afterwards.
Yeah, but you stayed there
gonna be
much
great.
longer than me.
Yeah, I did. That wasn't the plan. I'll tell you that right now. I was like, cool. I'll stay for like a year. Take a break, enjoy it. Learn new culture, and then 5 years down the track, I'm like, oh, I'm still here.
What am I
Hold up,
doing?
guy. What am I doing here?
Japan will be a good time. I'm gonna kick us a little bit back on track and get back to Grand Archive.
That's what we're talking about.
Nah,
yes.
forget about
So-
that. It's fine.
About Ascent Taipei, I think the last major takeaway is that Ascent Taipei was the last event where Rile the Abyss was a tournament legal card. So they did a couple changes to the metagame by banning Rile the Abyss and then also removing Thurable from Proxia's Vault. So now the card is legal. Thurable will come back with what's the name of the next set? Phantom Monarchs. Thurable will come back with Phantom Monarchs in the next set. But for now, that's gone, and Rile the Abyss also not playable, which is, changed the metagame quite significantly. But first, I want to get your guys' thoughts on the Rile ban and Thurable being removed.
I guess we'll go with me first, David.
Yeah,
Go
Christian,
with you.
go ahead.
It was as foretold in my first initial impression in the draft video. I always thought that card would get banned. I'm not surprised. It happened, and do I think the meta is better for it? Yes, I do. Thurble getting removed, it makes perfect sense as well because that card is just ridiculous and it can't be in a non-rail meta. I'm very scared for when that card actually does come out and how it's going to affect the meta then because it's a dangerous card. But no, like basically general thoughts are, yep, seems fair to me. You got banned, you got played in 2 big tournaments, Fire was overrepresented, and am I a big hater of Rile myself? Not really. I mean, would I have had a problem with it if it didn't get banned? Not really either. But yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts.
David, you want to go next?
Yeah. So obviously, I would probably say from a personal point of view, I'm disappointed they banned Rile. As a Fire player, I think it was fine. Like, okay, it was good, but it didn't really cause any problems in my point of view because the way I look at the meta was that yes, there's a lot of Fire decks, but I thought they were all quite different. Reading up with what we've said about the banning, like I agree with most parts of it, to be honest as well. Like the fact that a lot of people were saying that the Rile mirrors felt luck based as well. Like that, I can understand that. I'm grateful that they did ban it now. Like they kind of did. Like I think what Christian kind of said. It was foretold. Like you can see that from the initial notes they released after. What Ascent was it? Sorry, I forgot. Before Taipei, there was another one.
It's an American one. Boston?
Boston, I think it was
yeah.
Boston. Yeah. After Ascent Boston, they kind of announced it, saying like, "Oh, this is like very baby gray-esque kind of comments." Like made it sound like that it was just gonna hit the ban list no matter what's gonna happen, and yeah, and that's what they did. And they did say like they could have kept it and then ban it at a later point, but I guess from my point of view, I'm glad they do it now, so at least we can prepare for Ascent Auckland and Ascent Aki without worrying about too much change to the meta because of it. So yeah, and then the other card, Thurable. Yeah, like if Rile went, Thurable had to go as well. But you best believe when PTM comes out, I will straight away start by saying ban Thurable. Straight away, don't care what anyone says. I'm like, cool, ban this card. This card has to be banned. This card is too broken for this game. And that's where I'm going to end it.
You heard it
Yeah,
here.
it's cool. It's interesting because we're actually, I mean, we're a couple of weeks into the metagame now, and we've seen some of the new cards that have come, or the new decks come out, or the new metagame that's kind of developed in the post-Rile the Abyss world. And like, we can see that fire is still doing fine. If anything, like, the only thing that's changed is that water has kind of shown up a little bit more in presence. Wind is still kind of the same-ish amount of presence that it was before. Which is, I think that's interesting. I think some people were predicting that it would be like a wind-dominant metagame the second that Rile got banned. Personally, I kind of thought we were going that way, but hasn't really played out as much in that sense. Rile players have just gone to saying, okay, I'll cut the Rile, but Fluffy Shopkeep is still broken, and I can still play these Crux lists with Looking Glass and Fluffy Shopkeep and do pretty well. So,
I mean, in the regionals, we hosted 50% of the meta was still fire. So, you know,
in terms of presence, fire has been doing really, really well still in presence. It's still, 40, 50% of the metagame. Wind, I think, has been about 30%, and water's come up to like, 20 or something.
See,
but I think as
David.
far as winning out the events, fire has definitely dropped off a little bit. Like, it tends to be taken out by these other decks. I think fire still has a good like top percentage in some of the regionals that I looked at, but generally speaking, I know like the Illusive Regionals that we ran, like it was won by Seiryu, and Seiryu obviously won the Ascent, and I think there was a Water Diana that won the online regionals in America, the Yeti. So you're definitely seeing other elements, both show up and take these events out, which is I think nice to see. And yeah, personally, not going to complain that Rile is gone. I do think I was a little surprised by how many people kind of were caught off guard or missed Rile or kind of wanted to keep Rile that weren't named David Lemon. But like, that's I kind of thought we only had one of those, but there's actually a decent number of those. So
Yeah, I saw like a few like high profile players talking about it, and a lot of them kind of felt like that it wasn't necessary to ban Rile. I was surprised by that.
yeah, I can see the world where Rile sticks around. I just definitely prefer this one. But I think that's kind of an old conversation, and maybe we shouldn't rehash it here because
Yeah.
Check out
our
our old videos.
Any video for the DTR meta, you'll see we talk about
any
Rile.
video from DTR where we say like something, there's a picture of Rile or there's a fire, so Nathan's on fire. Yeah, that's where we talk about it. So
Literally from the first day of the draft, we talked about Rile. So yeah.
TLDR is I'm not happy he got banned. Christian is like, yeah, and Nathan's like, I'm glad he got banned. Cool. Move on.
Alright. And as Christian mentioned, speaking of the draft, let's take a moment to have a look at where we stand as far as that goes. This is the updated draft, and looking at the results, I mean, Christian has continued to lead to nobody's surprise. Rile the Abyss turns out drafting 3 parts of the Spectre package is good, and this time all 3 actually got the full 50 points.
He's
GG's.
done though. He's done.
What's that?
Is he done?
GG's.
Actually.
I'm not
He's not getting
done.
any
I'm
points for
not
the rest
dead
of the
yet.
season. He's not getting any points for the rest of the season.
Mate,
Oh no, you're not dead.
Inert
You're not
Sword
dead.
would
You're
carry
definitely-
me. Inert Sword will carry me. And what's my other card? Beguiling Coup. Oh, that card's getting played.
Beguiling Coup got some points, yeah.
Also,
Oh.
Undying Dreams is still a playable card.
Yeah, liminal,
Yeah.
yeah, David's gonna get liminal guide points.
I'm not feeling too bad because I've got Liminal Guide, which what a CL! What a CL plays this card?
Yeah, a
What
lot of
a
water
CL plays
decks are
this
playing
card.
it.
Yeah, Suzaku, even Fire decks are still playing it. I have that. I have the Looking Glass, which is getting more and more popular, so I'm happy with that as well. And we don't talk about the rest. I have 2 cards.
Do you think you'll be able to catch up with me, David, on points?
Well, the thing is with you, it's like my Looking Glass plays with the Inert Sword, unless it's the Wind Wake Up, right? Wind Wake
yeah.
Up is probably the one deck that.
I know they're
Looking
playing
Glass
another
doesn't
one
have-
as well because they play Cheshire Cat, right? So a lot of them
That's
play another
true.
one as well.
Guys, if you play Wind Wake Up, don't play the Inner Sword. There's better.
So just Liminal
better
Guide
cards.
versus Beguiling Coup.
Liminal versus Beguiling. Well, Liminal will win that.
Yeah.
Beguiling Coop is also popular though.
And then we don't talk about Nathan. We don't talk about his.
This is where we stand on the draft, guys. I'll make a. I think
Well-
if you only count the rest of the events, I think I'll win out for the rest of the events. But
Well, you got Weaving Mana Stream. Weaving Mana Stream will get more popular because Water Diner is
there's
becoming
that.
more.
There's
and more
Three of
popular.
Hearts.
Spell with
Three of
Scepter.
Hearts is
Or
also
would Scepter will do better in the future.
yeah.
So I actually think if you only count events from now on, I'll probably get the most points out of the three of us. But I'm just in such a deep hole. Like it's so far gone.
It's 3 more cents, right? Is it 3 more cents?
3 more cents. Yeah, there's one CSN, and then there's Auckland and then Aki.
Yeah.
I think.
March Hair can also be randomly appearing here and there.
Yeah.
Randomly.
I think if a card gets banned, guys, we should be able to get a new card.
No.
Otherwise, it's just boring.
You get it.
It's just
You get it.
boring. You know, like from my
If you
perspective.
get another card, you go, ooh, I pick a Regal Inquisition. I win the game. Like, get out of here, okay? Like, you can't pick a card after the metagame is like stabilized and everyone knows what's good. Like,
Then what we should do is that we should have
oh,
like a backup
I'm,
list.
I'm Christian and I pick Fluffy Shopkeep. Like, cool. Like, wow.
no,
just
wait,
pick
wait,
what
wait,
everyone
well-
knows is the most broken card in the game.
We
like,
should have like a backup list at the beginning of the draft and be like, well, if a card gets banned, I'll choose this card, right? If a
Well,
card gets
okay,
banned,
well,
No
Rile the
way.
Abyss. Rile the Abyss. It has to be like, let's say, an example right now. Let's say we do that, and Rile the Abyss is a fire card, so Christian has to replace it with a fire card. What is a fire card that you're replacing this with?
the heal blocking one.
Oh wait, they're all getting played. Yeah, no, screw you, man.
Yeah.
Like you're not. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's actually playable fire. Get out of here.
Fiery, what's it called?
Yeah, like
Interference.
even
Fire interference.
fire
Yeah.
interference. Yeah, no, get out of here. Yeah.
No, but
Get
so
rid of
at the
water.
beginning of the draft, we say, okay, well, if a card gets banned, then
what? So you want
this
us to
will be
draft
the
twice as
replacement.
many cards for just in case one
yeah,
card
sure,
gets banned?
you know,
Oh, that's
Get
too
out of
much.
here.
justice
Yeah.
for people
No.
who get banned cards.
If a card gets banned, you get 1,000,000 points off of it. So
That's
like,
not
you've
true.
already got-
What if the card is like unplayable, but then it gets banned?
Why would they ban an what's the last card that was unplayable that they got banned?
I mean, like cards that got banned before did get played a lot. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but like, how many
You can
people
name me a card.
played the
if you
deck?
name me a
Name
card
which
right
card
now,
on the ban list, okay, did not see play.
I'm not saying they didn't see play. I'm just
I guess
saying.
erupting,
I'm
right?
just saying.
Erupting-
There's no other card in the ban list that was played as much as Ryle.
Iceman Slam.
Ooh,
No,
Icebound.
no
Baby
way.
Graceland.
No,
Maybe
that's
Grey and
that's
Icebound was
that's
something
only
else.
because there were more tournaments with those cards. If Ryle had the same amount of tournaments, Ryle would just destroy them. Destroy them. Come on, guys. 80% of the meta was running Ryle. There's no way Slimes
Nah.
could or Icebound Slime could beat that.
I'll agree with that.
But I think it's just that's more not to do with Ryle. That's just to do like people don't want to play water or slimes.
I mean, that's everything to do with Ryle. Ryle's broken, David.
Nah, everyone wants to play fire.
No, I
Secretly-
think it has
secretly, a lot of
everything to
people
do with
wanna play.
Ryle because Icebound Slam required your deck to be 60 water cards, and Baby Grey Slime required your deck to be, a good number of slime cards. So
Yeah, Ryle required you to play 12 other.
Oh, Liminal Guide, such a shit card.
Yeah, well,
But anyway,
I don't know,
So basically, I'm not scared of losing this draft.
like, why do you think that you need another card?
Because it's just no fun. I don't get points. It's not from
think
a.
you do
I think it's
Yeah.
more fun to give us a chance
because
to
we
catch
can.
up.
Yeah, we can catch up.
It's
yeah.
more fun for you guys, but for me, I just want to.
Yeah, well, it's like
partake.
it's like
I
you-
want to partake in the point
You
getting.
get to look for Protein Tempest every metagame. This is your fault for drafting
Amazing,
half your draft as all
amazing.
Spectre cards. Okay? Maybe if not your entire draft was based around one card, then maybe when one card got banned, you would still have the game to play.
You're saying
Like
right.
if you had Rile the Abyss and 5 non-Spectre cards, you would still have 5 cards to look at every draft. But because you have 3 Spectre cards, you're only looking at one card every ascent.
Yeah,
he's
that-
looking at 2. He's looking at Undying Days and Inlet Sword. That's what he's looking at. Beguiling Cube.
it's not fair, guys. It's not fair. Come on. Come on.
Anyway.
He's trying to argue with Nathan, who's got
Who's dead last?
270 points behind him. 276 points to be exact, to be honest.
How
Holy
mu-
crap, you're far way behind him.
Yeah,
I'm also.
How
I'm
many?
on 70,
How many ascents
176.
and big events until the DTR meta's done?
3.
3.
Oh, just 3? Oh, you're dead, mate.
Yeah.
You're dead.
I
He
know.
can catch me. Look,
I'm not playing for first. I'm not playing for first.
I'm playing to just defend. I gotta defend.
But
Me and Nathan can have
I
fun.
suspect that Liminal Guide is going to be too strong for me to overtake.
And Liminal Inert is quite strong.
No,
Well, you're looking
Nathan's not hoping to verse.
Oh, Looking Glass, sorry,
yeah.
Looking Glass, yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I can see Looking Glass falling off really hard.
Hasn't been falling off the list we've been seeing
I
lately.
just- Why do people like Crocs? Like, why do people like Crocs so much? Like, you just like Crocs less.
I don't know. There's this guy sitting on a horse.
Oh, now you got him started, Nathan. Thank you.
I just don't
looks
get
pretty.
I
It
just
looks
get,
pretty
like,
cool.
Like, especially Fire Merlin is really not that good. Like the fluffy shopkeep like Onsol, like not Onsol, but like the swords deck with Crocs Knight, like that deck is good. But I feel like Fire Merlin is not that good, so I don't know why people are playing it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Fire Merlin as well. I feel like it's a bit weak. Right?
There's a lot of Merlin fans as well. Like,
Yeah, people just like her.
People just like the deck, which is a problem because there's so many people that make day 2 that
well,
even if the deck sucks, it still makes day 2.
this is my argument with Rile, right? Like, people just want to play Fire because it's like they get to draw cards. Like, Merlin does the same thing, draw cards. That's what Fire does. That's our mechanic, drawing. Everyone loves drawing.
I take it what you say with a grain of salt because you say that everyone loves Fire and everyone loves Crocs and everybody hates Luxem, but there's a lot of Luxem players in the world though. So
Yeah,
I think Sydney hates Luxem the most.
no, there's a lot of people that like Luxem in Sydney. There's just like two people.
Two very
like
vocal
Luxem.
people.
Luxem.
Two
They're
very
very
vocal
vocal.
haters of Luxem.
Don't
David
like it.
and Nick are like mega Luxem haters.
There's a couple others. There's a couple others that have shown up that have
I
come to
think you'll be
dislike
on that
Luxem.
boat.
I'm not a Luxem hater. I'm not. When have I ever said I hate Luxem?
After you
Don't put
played
that on me,
Sport
David.
Champion.
Don't say that. Don't project that on me. No.
Can we share that photo? Can we find that photo again of this man just having the greatest time of his life playing Luxem?
He forgets that there were 4 Ghosts of Pendragons on the other side of that game, and that I drew like out of 30 cards, I drew maybe like 1 Luxem card after glimpsing like 100 times as well. So there were other elements, not the fact that it was just a Luxem deck.
Blame the Crux. Of course, it's always the Crux's fault. Everything is Crux's fault, guys. It's always Crux.
Ask any player how they feel about seeing Ghost of Pendragon getting played at least 6 times in a game, and then come back to me. Anyway, Nathan's silent because he's the one that did it to me.
I played Crocs like 4 times, and that was one of the times. I think actually every time I've brought Crocs, I've done well with the deck, but I don't bring Crocs very often. I don't like the deck. We don't like Crocs here.
Nothing wrong with Crux, guys.
Just play Rai, play Arcane,
Yeah.
guys. Have some fun.
Is it? I'm getting a new student. I'm getting a
You
new
know,
Crux
Don't
student.
you think
That'd
it's
be great.
crazy, Christian? Don't you think it's crazy that like we have like Crocs, Arcane, Luxem, okay? And like, you know, the Crux guy hates Arcane and Luxem, but then like we only hate Crocs. We don't hate Arcane. We don't like I don't hate Arcane. You don't hate Luxem. Like
I'm noticing something.
like it's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's a bit unfair. It's a bit unfair, guys. I'm getting ganged up here. We need buffs. Crux needs a buff.
Crust needs a buff.
Got buffs. Like, Crocs got the biggest buff it's gotten this set. This set had crazy buffs for Crocs.
Insane
Yeah,
buffs.
like, what about next set? Like next set, what's our buff next set?
You're getting Merlin Recollection.
Yeah, but I didn't have to play Assassin. That's not a buff. I'm losing health. I was 28 health. I was 28 health now. What do you mean?
You
I
just
have to
play
go back to
Assassin
25?
1-2 and then go back into Merlin level 3, 28 health and be fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a new student. That I can train to be a Crux.
Oh,
She's joined the Church of Crux.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
she
listening.
moved. She's left the Luxem, the Cathedral of Luxem, and moved to the Church of Crux.
I don't know. I don't think she would word it like that. But
The viewers
she
gonna have
has.
no idea what you're talking about, David.
Yeah, that's not. It's a secret. It's fine. I just got a new student. That's all I want to say. I don't spoil it because she probably doesn't want to be associated yet.
or ever.
All right, I'm gonna move us along. Next thing on our list is that we were running production for the Illusive Regionals, the Illusive Online Regionals, in Australia this last weekend. So Dave and I were casting along with Josh, who's another player from Sydney, and Christian was running the back-end production for all of it. So first, I guess Christian, how are your thoughts on all of that?
I had a lot of fun. It was a good experience. Just I don't have much experience streaming or just like doing production behind a behind the scenes. But it was really good. It was a really good experience. It was just the three of us plus Josh, so not a big team, obviously. The intent was for me to also cast, and that was the intent up until the actual day. And then when we did the first round, after I was just like done messing around with like Discord overlays and not Discord overlays, OBS overlays and things like that, I just realized, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna have like enough of an attention span, or I don't know if I can split my focus on production and casting at the same time. So even though I did want to cast, I just didn't think it was a good idea at the time, so I opted out of it. But in general, really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. I would like to do it again. I was talking to Jason Limelight throughout the tournament, and I said, "Oh wow, streaming's a lot harder." And he's like, "This is your life now." And he's like, "This is what you're going to do forever." And I'm just like, he basically put the handcuffs on me, and he's like, "You're chained. You're here now." And I'm like, "Okay, this is my life."
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. Casting was really, really interesting. I had to leave about halfway through the event. In another timeline, I would have been running the production and handling a lot of the OBS and you know, actually doing all the things behind the scene. But after I did casting for a couple of games, I was like, there's no chance that I could cast and manage live and, you know, do some of the other stuff that you have to do behind the scenes simultaneously. It's just so hard to find things to talk about, pay attention to the game, watch what's happening, while also tracking, you know, what the live totals are at and, you know, whatever else. So
Yeah, tracking live.
That...
Oh my god! Like,
yeah.
Life is so hard to track sometimes. It's really, for those of you out there who ever play online, you have to put a life counter on the screen just so the casters can see what life is at, because sometimes you just miss things. Like you said, it's hard to pay attention. I can't pay attention to what's happening in the game too much. Like I do, and I watched every game, like, but I'm not paying as much attention as these guys are, because they have to pay attention to like what's the story in the game. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention to the story. I pay attention to the numbers and the colors. You know, that's what I pay attention to.
Yeah, and you're like listening to us and trying to pull up the right card that we're talking about and stuff like this. And it's also like, because we don't have audio, like we're not listening to the players because we have to listen to each other and all this other stuff, and this is really difficult to track multiple conversations simultaneously. So without game audio, like you'll see a game action happen and you don't know if like, is this ally attacking face? Is it trying to clear the board? Is it, you know, doing this? Like the players will talk about something, and like if you play a card like, I don't know, Fiery Momentum, it's like they'll count their graveyard and they'll say like, this is the number of fire cards in my graveyard, but we don't, unless we memorized and we tracked every fire card that went into the graveyard, we don't know how much damage it's coming in for.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see, and especially if we had a fire Diana, like a fire aggro Diana on stream, as I'm trying to do math on these cards that I've seen once in my life. And I think I remember guessing the damage number that was going out, and it turned out to be the right number, and I was like, okay, Trivariate Dreams is +3 attack when you get 3 Aether charges in there, but like there's enough guesswork that it's like quite difficult to analyze these games at a high level when you, especially when you don't know the decks. I think like that one game that we cast, David, where it was Fire Sylvie versus Winseryu, and that's like, those are decks that I personally have. I mean, I haven't played that much Fire Sylvie, but like I played a lot of Sylvie, so like I know all the numbers.
You know them back to front, yeah.
And I know Winseryu like the back of my hand, and it's like, that was a matchup where it was like I was able to find, I think, some really like interesting lines, and bring up some interesting points of discussion. And like some of the stuff is pretty straightforward, but it's not obvious if you don't know the decks. So when you know the decks, it's so much more comfortable. So much more comfortable.
I was kind of glad I didn't do the Fire Diner, not because I hate the deck. It's just like, I don't know what the cards. I don't know the names. I don't know what. I've seen the artwork of the cards. I kind of have an idea. I'm like, Aether Charge do lot damage, burn spell, swing face, you hurt your opponent, but I don't know any of the card names. Like I know they have like one thing where it's like, if you're distant, deal 3 to your opponent instead of 2, and you load it in. Like I know they've got spells like that, but it's like I don't know the name of it.
So I knew about Mana Flare Barrage, which is the one that's like,
that's the one that
everything.
AoE, right? Yeah, AoE,
deal 2 to everything, and if you're distant, do 3 to everything. And I didn't know that they have another card that's like a Mana Streak something else. And it's like, it's the same thing where it's do 2 to something if you're distant, do 3, except it's only to one thing.
One,
And so like Josh and I are watching this guy play a fire Aether charge and then load it, and he does 3 damage to a Frostborn Paladin, and then he pins it off with Charge the Soul. And we're like, okay, so that's probably Barrage, and it did 3 damage to both Frostborn Paladins, so the Paladin has 3 damage on it, and then he plays like another Charge the Soul and like attacks him in the face. And it's like, okay, that was weird. Why didn't he kill off the other Frostborn? And the answer is because it was a different card that only did 3 damage to one thing and not the entire board. So like,
Even
this
bringing up
honestly-
the card pictures when you guys were talking about that, I was like, oh, what is this card? Mana Barrage? Mana Flame thing? You know, it was hard.
Yeah, it's actually
so-
that's part of, I think, one of the hardest things when we were what I found when I was casting things. If I was looking at a deck that I wasn't familiar with, I'm glad I'm taking a break at this one. Like, Nathan,
Personally, I pride myself in knowing like random obscure cards that people have never played. But like, I think the problem is that these cards are like borderline playable. Like they're not actually bad. Because I know a lot of bad cards, and I know a lot of good cards. but the
Rictus
cards that are, like,
Tiding, he knows that card.
okay, yeah. I mean, Rictus Tiding is actually playable as well. But like, you know, there's some really terrible cards that.
I think what the answer you're looking for is I don't know a lot of fire cards. That's what you're trying to say.
That's also true. Yeah.
Kind of normally
Because
skip that.
someone brought up Flamelash Subduer, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a card, isn't it? Old fire cards, man.
Yeah. What do you guys reckon overall how we did? Are you pretty satisfied with how we did?
I think we did. David, you go first.
I was. I think we did good. I mean, like, look, I was pretty happy with what we did. I don't know if it's actually. I don't know the numbers, like what the expectation was or anything like that. But like, just on a personal term, I felt we did okay considering the struggles that we had to do, sort of thing, right? Like we pretty much.
This is the first time for all of us.
Yeah, it's first time for all of us. Like, we had to build the UI. Sorry, by we, I mean the other two. I literally just sat there and go, ooh, colors, good. That's literally what I did. The UI had to be built. Like, we ran a couple of tests, and those tests were just like, we did pretty bad in those tests. Like, as in, like, we couldn't see anything, and we're like, oh, this is out of sync. Like, wait. What do you mean we have to edit the numbers? Where's the box? Where's the box for the life points?
There was a lot of trial and error.
There was a lot of things that happened, and that is also why we haven't pushed out any videos. To be honest, it's like we've been busy trying to build this thing for this regional. So a couple of weeks after we said yes, because I got asked as like, hey, would you consider doing it? And then I obviously was like not the technical guy here. I asked the other two. I asked Christian and Nathan. I go, hey, should we do this? Do you want to give it a go? Like the Illusive Regionals. And they said, yeah, cool. Let's apply. Let's try and see if they're going to pick us. So I said, yeah, we'll do it. Like, this is our plan. We'll do this. It's easy. It's all good. And then, like, I think after we said yes, and then they confirmed that we're doing it, Nathan's like, oh, by the way, guys, I've got a wedding on that day to go to. So we're like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. So we had to get Josh to help us out as well.
Pulled in Josh, yeah.
The whole Christian thing as well. Christian's like, yeah, don't worry. Like, I'll cast, I'll do this, it'll be fine. And because of that situation, like, we actually found out after, like, out of the 7 rounds, I had to cast 6 of them.
Wasn't it 5? I thought it was 5, wasn't it?
I thought it was 5 too, and then Nathan told me no, it was 6 because I did round 1 with Nathan, round 2 with Josh. I took a break, round 4 with Nathan, and then 5, 6, 7 was all with Josh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Josh did 5 then, I guess.
So
yeah.
Nathan, David gained like 6 times worth the experience all in one sitting.
Yeah, I actually will say that I felt more comfortable towards the end, especially round 6 and 7.
Casting is hard.
Casting is hard. Like, props to whoever casts. Like, you know what? You gain my respect. It is a very hard thing. But getting back into the question, I think we did okay. Like, I'm happy. Like, we get a pass for the whole casting experience, I think.
Yeah, I think I found the entire thing really interesting. I think we did decently. Like, I haven't watched the end of the regionals after I left, but I was happy with the casting that I did.
Yeah, sorry. You know that meme where the guy walks into the door and everything's on fire. He's got the pizzas in his hand. I just imagine Nathan when he goes back to watch the rest of the stream, just like how scuffed it is.
I don't know what happened after I left, but I had a lot of fun with a lot of different parts of it. Like casting was a good time. It was much harder than I thought it would be. I always thought that I would be decent at it, but there were definitely some more difficulties than I expected. I think building the UI was fun. I think making the graphs, oh my god, making the stats graphs was interesting because it was like I had to do it round two while
On the
I was
fly.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the reason
it
I
was on
wasn't
the
casting
fly.
round two was because I was busy making the graphs and. I don't know how Weebs does their graphs. I was just kind of trying to copy their format as closely as I could, but it's actually like not that easy or much harder than I thought it would be to do. So I was actually very close to the time limit of the 1 hour round by the time I finished.
I
But, it
liked
worked
that.
out pretty well.
I really liked that. You know, you were working on that. You were sending it to me. I was like putting it on the UI for OBS. Like we were doing that all behind the scenes. I felt like I was like, oh, we're a real team here. We're all like doing our thing.
And
David's
I'm like,
casting.
doot, 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 doot,
Nah,
doot.
you were casting
You were
then.
casting a game, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I was like, doot, 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 doot. Crux versus Tristan. Yes. Yeah, I got lucky. I think with my matchups, like I had.
I mean, you casted all of them almost. So
Yeah, but I'm saying like I think pretty much on all of them except for the first round, I've played at least one side of those decks.
The whole experience is really really fun. Definitely would be interested in doing it again. I don't know if our casting was at the level where we're gonna get any offers from Weebs anytime soon.
Anna, trust.
But I think a
Shinjo,
lot of
we're
that-
ready. Shinjo, if you're watching this, we're ready.
I think a lot of that comes down to kind of the styles of casting, and I think when it comes to us as casters, I think we didn't really pair great in terms of like the dynamic on the cast. I think that's something that maybe Christian would be better at than either me or David. I think so. I watch a lot of esports, and something that you see, and I watch a decent amount of sports too. And when you look at casting and casting duos, which are very commonly casters get paired up, you see kind of this pattern of a play-by-play caster being paired with a color caster very, very frequently. And if you don't know what those are, basically a play-by-play caster is someone who is kind of casting the moments, kind of narrating the game and walking you through like what is happening in real time. They cover all the big moments. They're the ones who's screaming while exciting things are happening. And then a color caster is kind of a analyst type personality who is bringing higher level detail and kind of coloring in the picture for the viewer. And so you have the person that like does the job of a little bit more, filling the air and keeping it entertaining and engaging the audience. And then you have the person who is providing more detail and talking about strategy and breakdowns. And then just from like how we as people approach the game, we're kind of more suited towards being color casters, where we can talk about the lines that people might go for, or high level strategy, or objectives that that you're trying to achieve in the game and to get closer to winning. And then when there is nothing happening in the game, like a player is just on their turn thinking, they're thinking about what to materialize, it's like very difficult for any of us to decide like, well, what do we say here if they're going to spend 30 seconds? It's an important turn, right? He's spending 30 seconds looking at his material deck. Like it can be difficult to yap about, well, this is what he's thinking about right now, like this, does he have lethal, does he not, or is he trying to find a way to live, or all these kind of things. And so I think we had a good amount of dead air on the games that probably you wouldn't want. But at the same time, like, it is our first time running these things. I don't think we should have the highest expectations.
Yeah.
If anyone is just watching, this regionals and they've, watched a bunch of other regionals where I think a lot of other casters are a bit more personality based. And I think there have been, some people that talk about casters, the difference between casters that talk about the game at a very high level versus casters that are very good at, finding things to talk about and keeping the game entertaining for viewers. And yeah, there is a balance there, and I don't know if we struck that perfectly, but yeah, I think on the whole, fantastic experience, would definitely do it again. And I think I'd also like to try my hand at the back end in a world where I don't have to leave and abandon stream.
Yeah. I will add on top of that me and David discussed this after the stream ended, and it's like certain casting personalities work well with each other, and like not casting personalities, but like just personalities of people in general. There are people who are more proactive, like who are those people that just like to just talk about random BS, and then there's the reactive people that kind of bounce off the person that that they're with at that time. And we discussed this, and David, I said, I think David's more of a reactive type. I think you, Nathan, are more of a proactive type. You just kind of get your words in and kind of hope that like your partner kind of reciprocates, or like just kind of like will just bounce off you. Josh, I think he's more of a reactive type as well. So when it's interesting noting the difference between like you two casting with each other, because you had a good like rapport going on where Nathan was just saying his what's it called? What did you say? Color casting? Yeah, and then David kind of like just is always on the scene to like react to it, and it was really fun to watch. And then we've got like when David and Josh were in the same call together or same game, it was interesting to see how different it was, or how different it felt compared to the previous game, because both of those guys are reactors, and it was just like, oh, okay, so it's just interesting to see the difference, and
I
how.
was like, ask me something, please.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, just give me a question. Give me a question. Ask me anything.
Someone say something.
Yeah, but it's just
it was definitely hard.
it's a learning experience, and it's things you need to take into account for future casts,
I think it's much easier to cast when prompted. I think it is much harder to try and sit there and think of things in the moment when the game is a bit slower.
Yeah.
But all around, yeah, we had a really good time. Thank you to Illusive for letting us do it.
Yeah.
So shout out to those guys, and congratulations to anyone who played. Frosty for taking out the event also on Winserio. I guess we've talked about 2 events, both of them won by Winserio in this video. So yeah, maybe buy your series commands if you haven't already.
Series commands, yeah. Those are pretty hard to get nowadays, I think.
Yeah. If anyone has any tips for casting or any tips for the production end, we'd love to hear your comments about it, because this is all totally new to us. We are definitely not pros by any means. So yeah, if you got some advice, I'd love to hear it at least.
I'll go the other end. If anyone wants casters and needs production, we're ready.
That is one thing that we should have done that we didn't do, is we didn't reach out to Mr. Rile, because I think he normally runs the Illusive Regionals, and he casts and runs production at the same time, which, by the way, no idea how he does that.
Yeah, what? No way.
'Cause I think he does one-man band, or he has done one-man band for some of them, which is...
I think he has, yeah.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Good
props,
on you,
props
man.
to Mr. Ace, Jack.
Good on you.
Props to you. Well done.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to, I don't know, invest more into the streamer setup, get a stream deck, start streaming on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah. No, we're ready. Anyone needs streamers? Like we're your man. Come to us. Our rates are good.
David, you can only say this after you install OBS. Do you even have that program on your computer? All right, I
do.
swear to God.
I don't know. I do have it. I just don't know how to use it. That's a different story.
This guy's never clicked add source before in his life. Okay.
I'm a boomer, guys. I don't know anything.
Anyway, I think that's it for us. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you later.